What's going on, Ataka Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Anime 343. I know it's been a while since I last hopped on and did an anime review, but not only have I been dealing with IRL issues, but I've actually been dealing with harassment from another YouTuber, which I won't go into any details about because I'm just actually going to let, what's happening between me and him just, not bother me anymore. But enough of that. So today, I wanted to do a review of an anime series that I really have seen to have make some waves because of how lewd and raunchy the show has become. And before you go and ask, Mr. Anime, what are you talking about exactly? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about gushing over magical girls. In fact, to tell you the truth, I actually made a promise to do a review for the series for a fellow content creator by the name of Starlight Kid X. So, please go subscribe to her YouTube channel. I mean, let's see if we could get her like another 10 subscribers to 500 and, help her grow a little bit. And Starlight, I did promise that I actually would do this. So, as a man of my word, I'm freaking doing it, baby. I hope you actually enjoy this. And here's how the review is going to go down. I'm going to cover the good, the bad, what I liked, and what I disliked about the series, and then give it a final score for the series, along with whether or not it deserves my patent pending seal of approval. Also, before we begin, I would like to actually throw in a small disclaimer. Here goes. These opinions are mine and mine alone. If anyone has not seen the show, please check it out for yourself. You can find the series on High Dive, which is where I've actually mostly watched it. So please, watch the series for yourself before you start watching this video. And make your own deductions and opinions instead of relying on my words alone, because I want you guys to actually enjoy this series without, using my words as like, the word of God. I'm just a mere human being trying to actually share the love of an anime that I really, really liked. So, without further ado, let's get to the meat and potatoes and begin the review, shall we? Alright, what I really liked about this, and what can I say about this series as a whole? It really scratches that itch that has been getting for some good ecchi anime series. And this series is no exception whatsoever. The series might be on the verge of being a full-blown shmentoi, but there is one caveat that prevents it from becoming a full-blown shmentoi. And that is actually showing off the naughty parts of the ladies. Now, I know that some people are being some seething puritanical bitches that are frothing at the mouth because that's as much as they can do at this point, because they're just losing their damn minds over the fact that, a simple magical girl anime is actually, being lewd, being raunchy, and just, being, all that it is. Good quality entertainment. In fact, I really gotta say, I really love the chemistry between the original trio, which is actually made up of Magia Baser, Leopard, and Neuralis. And guys, these three girls just really, really deserve to actually have as much love as they can get. Since they have the most fun portraying the roles as villains, and of course, Utena / Magia Baser always dreamt of becoming a magical girl, but when a magical entity known as Vendalita grants her magical girl abilities, it turns out she became a villain version instead of being the magical girl she dreamed of, like Trace Bagia, which are the good magical girls. And also, let's actually cover the abilities of the villains, shall we? Of course, Magia Baser, she actually has a crop that whatever she hits can not only grow in size, but also become sentient in order to actually do her bidding. And she actually also enjoys actually ripping the clothes off of the members of Magia Baser. I mean, not Magia Baser, but Trace Magia. Excuse me, I had a little brain luck because I was actually going off script for a second. But back to script. She actually really enjoys actually ripping the clothes off of Trace Magia and then, fondling them to a point that, it kind of gets a little bit interesting. And of course, then there's Leopard, who's a weapons specialist and is actually known not only to actually use guns and stuff, but she also happens to use explosives as well. Whether it's actually flash grenades, frag grenades, smoke bombs, whatever she can to actually, put her enemies down. And, of course, Nero Alice actually has the ability to actually not only bring her toys to life, which is actually pretty interesting, but she also actually has a dollhouse, and this is actually where she becomes super OP, of course. She actually uses her dollhouse to trap not only her victims, but also any magical girls, and then use them as her own personal dolls. So she could actually be able to make out certain types of situations. And don't even get me started on the episode where Magenta actually gets turned into a baby, because I don't want my enemies actually thinking I'm actually some kind of creep already more than I am. One could safely say she's an OP villain, even though she's a little girl. And also, if before anyone goes and says anything, here's a small reminder. These are fictional characters. Fictional characters. They are not real kids. So if you really want to seriously help actual kids, why not go fund a non-profit organization that helps real kids instead of actually, crying about it online and just, being such, nuisances. But, the characters' designs are just absolutely chef's kiss, absolutely beautiful. The characters' designs are absolutely flawless. I mean, I'd like to actually share a quote from the Homelander of the Amazon show, The Boys. And the quote goes, "It was perfect. Perfect. Everything down to the most minute detail." That's how I actually felt about this series as a whole. And, after hearing that the mangaka actually is, being hospitalized, I actually really hope that he actually pulls through and, not to rush anything, but art is actually, something that should never be rushed. I mean, even if it's actually at the expense of someone's health, they shouldn't rush the artwork that they make. Okay? In fact, I don't want to have him put his health in his future health in jeopardy, and end up Akira Toriyama, Kentaro Miura, or insert any other mangaka that has actually passed away, because God forbid, that is just absolutely bad news, and nobody needs to go through that. In fact, it should have been taking time to improve and show love and appreciation for the art to flourish. Of course, there are those at Anime News Network that have actually been smearing, the work and actually saying that this show is actually for people who actually, per se, enjoy, let's just say, cheese pizza. But, you know, we're not talking the food here. And, you know, Anime News Network has actually been kind of like spiteful to actual anime fans that are willing to slander them. But in all seriousness, back to the review. The show was an absolute banger from beginning to end. But I do have one minute issue with the series, though. This is where we're going to be going to the bad. Okay, there's only one thing I really disliked about the show, and that was the poor translations within the subtitles. I mean, it just doesn't feel right. I mean, where does all this actually fit in with the show itself? Like, who is injecting this nonsense into the subtitles? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And no offense, but that's the really biggest flaw of the series, that just seems to have a bit of potential from becoming such a magnum opus. But of course, even with the flaws, it still is a work of beauty. Even with the flaws, because flaws actually makes it what it is. A beautiful spectacle of a show. And let's face it, art is subjective. And Gushing Over Magical Girls is a once-in-a-lifetime bona fide piece of art that should be cherished by everyone, especially those with, like myself, within the anime community. So, my final score. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a moment we've all been waiting for. The final score. To me, this is a really entertaining series, and I really enjoyed every second of this ride. So many twisted turns, so many shenanigans, so many things just going on. And therefore, this series deserves the rank of automatic 10 out of 10. And it doesn't deserve my patent pending seal of approval. Mr. Anime recommends seal of approval. Shit, yeah, it does. I'll slap that sticker right on there. Well, that's gonna be it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Share this video with your friends and let people know what I'm doing here. And as always, just remember these 4 things. Respect the rights of fan service. Enjoy your fandoms. Embrace your degeneracy as long as it's legal. Doesn't hurt anyone else. Anime is freedom. Until next time, guys, I'm Mr. Anime 343. God, anime, making BT waifu fucking speed.